We have Hitch Up and Toe in here. Alrighty. Hello and welcome. Uh-oh. We have Shaco in here, and I'm still not saying his full name. Hello and welcome to Murder Mystery Haunted History. I am BB3, and next to me here is Miss MelNetteLivingFreeZipCodeless, Nettie.
Mm-hmm.
You can always find Nettie's link in the description below me if you're not following her and you're catching us on replay. Go give her a follow. And then tonight we're going to be talking about dumb criminals. There's some stories about some
Yay.
dumb. Those are the fun ones. Those are fun. And then we have
Yeah.
Tommy Travels that popped in as well. Hello and welcome. All right. So, should we get the story going?
Yeah.
All right. Hello, Miss Larice Juice.
Yep. Hello.
All right. I'll let you go first.
Okay. If you're smart enough to mastermind a life of illicit activity, you ought to be smart enough to avoid getting caught. The half-witted individuals on the list managed to ruin their incredibly lucky bit of freedom with several horrifying stupid moves.
Hello, John. Thank you for stopping in and saying hello. We will catch you next time. Enjoy your weekend. I know you were out fishing
Yeah.
this weekend. And Shako, I am feeling okay. Today I had a little bit of a migraine, but other than that, doing all right. I thought somebody else popped in, but it could be my eyes playing a trick on me. Okay, it was my eyes. All righty. From getting a tattoo of cold case clues to plastering his whereabouts all over Facebook and trying to find a hitman on Craigslist. Those are funny. You ever seen the videos of like the undercover video they're taking with people that found their hitman on Craigslist?
Yeah.
It's like, what made you think that that wasn't going to turn out that way? Like, uh, these are the dumbest lawbreakers who were almost in the clear and then they gave themselves away.
Hello. Can't fix stupid.
No.
Who are these individuals who would have gotten away with their unlawful actions were it not for them slip ups? Take a look for yourselves. The dumbest criminals who got away with it then didn't.
I don't know if this one's going to be on there. Um, will you read my name if I change it to um okay. I'll read that if you change it. Yeah. Um Shaco always throwing a curveball. I don't know if this story is going to be in here, but I remember a lady who tried to hire a hitman to kill her husband, and they set up a whole thing. The police did. Like they let her talk to the hitman and they videotaped all of it. And then they sent her or they showed pictures of him dead or something like that. And then they had like a crime scene outside the house and she comes running up. It's all on video. She comes running up and she's got tears and she's doing the whole thing and she's crying about her husband being dead. And then her husband
Mhm.
walks out.
I
He was
remember seeing that. I remember seeing that on TV. Yeah, and then her facial expression dropped, when she realized he wasn't dead.
it was almost like the police station was making kind of like a joke. I know they weren't making a joke of it, but it was almost like a
Yeah,
gotcha because it was so elaborate what they did
right?
with
Yeah.
her. I think she's one of the more notorious ones. We have
Hmm.
Mr. Timmy Ray the King. You are in my prayers, and so is your
Yes, sir.
family. James Catniece, hello. So long. I haven't seen
Hey,
you.
James.
How are you doing? All right, there you go.
Man gets away with crime. then updates everyone via Facebook. Maxi Sopo, a then 26-year-old hiding from police in Mexico, was smart enough to commit bank fraud. Yet it somehow slipped his mind to remove a former Justice Department official from his list of Facebook friends.
Whether you had a police officer on your Facebook friends or not. I mean, that's pretty dumb if you had an officer on there, but also whether you had them or
Uh-huh.
not, why are you posting it on Facebook? What the heck is going on? Why not just record your crime and show everyone? I bet we're going to have some of those. The Cameron native consistently updated his status from Cancun. Chrissy Mama, thank you so much for sharing us out, and hello and welcome. Consistently updated his status from Cancun, detailing the great time he was having evading charges in Seattle. Memorable status updates included life is very simple, really, but some of us humans make a mess of it. Remember, I'm just here to have fun and party. Unreal.
Sopa arrived in the U.S. around 2003 and sold roses in Seattle nightclubs until, according to prosecutors, he decided to commit unlawful actions. After initial police efforts to find Sopo on Facebook and MySpace were unsuccessful, the Secret Service agent Seth Reig took a second look, finding Sopo's private profile and scanning his public list of friends.
Okay, Shako, that is not the name we agreed on. Shako, that's not what you said you were renaming yourself.
I think he was just making sure you remembered.
And I'm not doing great. Sad about my dad, Charles, from the hospital to a nursing home. May pass, but I believe he will get out of this, and the Lord do his power to help my dad. Mr. Timmy Ray the King, pray again. Our prayers are with you,
Yes.
and no matter the outcome here, know that your dad will be okay and at peace, and no more pain. Hopefully, in the end, when everything works itself out. So you're in our prayers. Sopo is defo a subscriber of my channel. I would not be surprised. As it turns out, a former Justice Department employee had met Sopo briefly in the Seattle nightclub scene and was more than happy to help officials. Sopo is doing up to 30 years, but he'll probably keep us updated. Oh my gosh.
A man gets away with homicide. Then he tattoos cold case clues on his chest. Los Angeles County Sheriff Department Sergeant Kevin Lloyd was flipping through photographs of tattoo gang members and stumbled upon some very permanent evidence on Anthony Garcia, a Pico Rivera member found responsible for a 2004 unsolved liquor store case.
Rivera had key details of the scene tattooed on his chest, including the Christmas lights that lined the roof of the liquor store, the direction the victim John Guerrera's body fell, and a distinctive street light. The ink across his chest probably didn't help his case. Garcia was sentenced to 65 years. Why? Why? Like, what would make you go, I'm afraid to forget that day, so I'm just gonna tattoo all the details right here. So when I look in the mirror, I remember them.
That's just nuts.
That's crazy.
Jane Wobbles, the GPS genius. Don't attempt a B&E while wearing a GPS tracking anklet given to you by police. You won't get away with it. James Wobble, a Riverside, Ohio native, allegedly committed several holdups. Wobble was already under police surveillance due to a previous stolen property charge.
Yep. Yep. This is smart. Intelligent people here. Reportedly, Wobbles didn't realize his GPS anklet would prevent him from slipping away unnoticed from another scene of unlawful activity.
Stupid.
What did it come into? You came into the world's dumbest criminals. Like these people are committing crimes and they really should be licking windows instead to pass.
Yeah.
They are the world's dumbest criminals.
Note written on pay stub leads to apprehension. An Illinois man, Thomas Infanti, entered the Fifth Third Bank in December of 2008 with the goal of obtaining unearned cash. He made off with just under $400 before authorities tracked him to his Cary home.
The FBI was called in and quickly realized that they were dealing with no mastermind. He forgot his helmet. As they discovered that he had written a note threatening tellers to be quick and be quiet, give your cash or I'll shoot, on his pay stub, complete with his name and address. He was apprehended at his home and confessed to the investigators.
What a moron.
Here's my paycheck. The investigators were probably like, okay, this can't be real. He's setting somebody else up. It's not his address. It can't be his address.
Right. And they're probably looking at his pay stub and said, no wonder why he wanted this extra cash.
I'm still waiting for someone to get busted by bragging about their crimes on this show. Are you saying I would do that? Are you saying I personally would do that? Probably. Probably. I honestly probably would. If I did something like terrible, I don't even know what I could do. But if I did something, I'd probably be like, guys, I messed up. Guess what I did?
They'll slip out after talking about the architecture.
Yeah. Like I was trespassing and I saw this beautiful architecture and oh, let me show you the pictures.
Right.
Is it mine or yours?
Oh, I think it's mine. Yeah.
Okay.
Man sells presidential documents on eBay. Daniel D. Laurel, then a 54-year-old New York State Department of Education employee, was found to have taken several items belonging to the New York State Library and Archives on eBay, including a 4-page letter written to a New York general in 1823 by John C. Calhoun.
Hello, PSV Odyssey. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Tommy, if I see you on the news, remember what you said here. Joseph Romito of Virginia was the complaining witness that brought the auction of the Calhoun letter to the attention of state authorities. State investigators recovered over 1,600 documents that Laurel tried to auction off. Hold on one second. Sorry. Tried to auction off. Among the library's other documents taken by Laurello were 2 copies of the Davy Crockett Almanac and a Poor Richard's Almanac. All
Wow.
right. Somebody just shared us out, and I want to make sure that I thank them. Rylichi, believe is your name. Thank you so much. Oh, you're in here. I see you. Thank you so much for sharing us
Yes.
out. And I probably butchered your name, but I did try. Just try
Yeah.
and count. Did you hear the story? It's been a really popular story because the guy ended up killing his wife, unaliving her. I shouldn't say kill. He unalived his wife, but here was the like crazy thing. He was selling on eBay. This is what made me think of it. Um, he was saying that he had real copies of like extremely rare paintings by like Michelangelo or I'm throwing a name out there, but like
Yeah.
one of those very old paintings that you would only really be able to buy in a museum. He was selling them on eBay and people were paying him like huge amounts of money. And then he would send them what he supposedly was the real thing. And it was a fake. Um, and then he was starting to get caught in that. He had like gotten caught. He was on house arrest and he was getting ready to go to jail. His wife didn't believe this was real because she was very rich, like from a very rich family, and she made tons of money. So there was no reason to do that. So she believed that he had been like set up or whatever. Well, before they went back for his final court, like just days before, where it was going to like show that he was really guilty of it, she came up missing.
Wow.
And his GPS on his car and he left his phone at home. He was smart enough to leave his phone at home, but you have GPS on your car, and the GPS took the police to like the Home Depot where there was a video of him getting the goods to like clean everything up. It took them to the different trash cans where he got rid of parts of her, and it was like, what did you think you were going to accomplish here? I don't know. It was crazy. So he's a dumb criminal, but it's a very like
Yeah.
popular case right now
No, I
because
didn't
it's
hear about it. Wow.
yeah, he just didn't want his wife, his very rich wife, to know. Um, but then also I was like, who really thinks that somebody's selling a Mona Lisa on
Yeah.
eBay? Like a real one, you know?
Hitch up and toe.
What's the difference between smart criminals and dumb criminals? Dumb criminals break laws, smart criminals make laws.
Oh,
It's true.
yeah.
All right. I'm sorry. This was yours to read, I believe.
Oh, it's okay. A woman uses Craigslist to hire a hitman. You were just talking about that. Anna Marie Linscott posted a Craigslist ad for some general freelance work before explaining her true intentions to the responding individuals. She wanted them to terminate her lover's wife in California.
Imagine you're cheating on your spouse. You don't realize that the person you're cheating with is actually crazy enough to hire a hitman.
Yeah.
It's insane.
You
I
can
didn't want her
invisibilize.
dead. I just didn't want to sleep with her anymore.
Yeah.
Lynn Scott offered $5,000 for the hit, provided the woman's name and work address, and described successful candidates as silent assassins, according to agents and court documents.
Agents apprehended Lynn Scott, who used the alias Marie at her home in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Butte County authorities worked with the FBI to identify the victim and her husband.
So that's what Craigslist is for. Exactly. It's for the down and dirty stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Don't
They
try to
find out.
sell your lawnmower or your old couch. Go get you a hitman off of Craigslist.
Just may find a bucket with a head in it.
Yeah. I'm surprised that lady didn't try to sell the bucket with the head. Man defends himself in court and unwittingly admits his fault. Oh, Lord. Back in 1985, Dennis Newton was on trial in a district court for the armed robbery of a convenience store when he fired his lawyer and decided that he could represent himself. Assistant District Attorney Larry Jones said Newton, then age 47, was doing a decent job of defending himself until the store manager had testified that Newton was indeed the culprit.
Newton jumped up, accused the woman of lying, and said, I would have blown your effing head off. He paused, then added, if I had been the one that was there. The jury took just 20 minutes to convict Newton and recommended a 30-year sentence.
When your anger gets the best of you.
You're like, oh.
I don't know if anybody's seen it. It's been all over YouTube. I can't even remember the guy's name, but it was like some major case because the guy, he had to be in a spit thing because he would spit on his lawyers and stuff. Like,
Ew.
he was terrible to his lawyers. And so lawyers were like, I'm not working with him. I'm not working with him. So he ended up having to represent himself. And he would go to the jail and like do all this research, and he had like books stacked real high, and he would sit there and he was legitimately representing himself. But it's a court case that's all over YouTube because he would he would be like, I object to everything, like every sentence that was coming out, I object. And this judge had to sit through the whole trial dealing with the nonsense of this guy because legally they have to,
Yeah.
they had to give him so many court appointed lawyers before it was like, okay, well, he done chased them all off, so now he's got to do it himself, and we have to sit through him doing it himself. You know what I mean? That's why it was all like televised, because he became famous for being such a pain in the butt and dragging through the trial.
Wow.
I can't remember his name. I'll try to look it up and share it with you guys next time, and you can just go watch some clips of this guy, but it is unreal. Like, he's guilty as guilty can be, but he drags out the court. And it's unreal that that's allowed. Like, it's such a waste of everybody's time.
Yeah, it could take days, you know what I mean, to hear everything.
Oh, I think it was going on for like a month.
Oh my
And the
God.
jury had to sit through all that and waste their time.
The offender makes the same mistake twice. Christopher Jansen of Pontiac, Michigan, claimed to have been unfairly searched without a warrant. The prosecutor explained that a warrant wasn't necessary because the officer could clearly see a bulge in Christopher's jacket that appeared to be a gun. Oh, I can't hear you.
Sorry, I forgot to unmute. Jansen said there was no way this could be true. To prove his point, he handed the same jacket to the judge so it could be examined. The judge found a packet of Coca-Cola in the pocket.
Here's small size.
Here, Judge, here's my dirks.
I have no gun in there.
There's no gun. There's just some powdered sugar. I was going to make donuts. Oh, my gosh. Oh, before we go to the next one, there was a story also just on the news of, so the wacky tobacco, the silly lettuce, that stuff is legal in a lot of states now, right? But there's laws with it. You can only buy a certain amount. You can't sell it from one person to another. You have to be a dispensary, etc., etc. There's a guy that just got arrested because he had a dispenser, like a
cigarette dispenser?
Like a cigarette dispenser, but he had like cartoons that didn't say what it was. It was like code for what you were actually getting on his house.
Oh,
So people were walking up, putting their money in, and then being dispensed the wacky tobacco.
oh wow.
How did you not think that that was going to get you caught at some point? But yeah, he legitimately had like a machine on his house, and he was dispensing it that way. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh, that's just crazy.
There was a guy in Wisconsin that drove through a parade route representing himself. That's who it is. That's is he he's not all Caucasian. He's mixed with something else. I can't remember what it is, but I think that's the guy it is. Um I actually think that's who it is, Tommy Travels. I can't remember his name though.
Mm.
Kind of a shaved head, crazy. And the way I say, the reason I say he is mixed with something else is he's got very like definite features. Like he looks a little different. He kind of looks like maybe he is special in a way, if that makes sense. You know how they can come have a little bit of features. I'm trying to be politically correct when I say this, but I think everyone can understand what I'm trying to say. Canada walk street smoke it. Yeah, you can do that in a lot of states now. You can
Yeah.
smoke it, walk around freely and smoke it. You just can't like I can't grow it in my backyard and then sell it to someone. I would have to have like a license because that's how they're starting to allow it, is because the taxes from that can help the area, right? So this was just some guy that was like growing it in the backyard, selling it through his
Vending machine.
yeah, his candy machine. And he had like little cartoons drawn and stuck in there, and you pick which cartoon you wanted for the different types. I was like, he
Buy
needs to open,
two, get one free.
why not just open your own business at that point? Like go about it legally.
Yeah.
And yeah, tell me, I felt so sorry for that judge because she really did have to be patient.
Crime. Accused of battery foolishness responded to fake news alert that the local drug supplies contain the Ebola virus.
Ebola. The case was Daryl Brooks. Yes, Daryl Brooks. That's who it is. Yeah, Daryl Brooks. If y'all haven't seen little bits and pieces of that, definitely go on YouTube and just type him in, and you'll see the most like crazy parts of it.
Back in March of 2016, the Granite Shoals Police Department in Texas issued a very special warning on its Facebook page that declared, if you have recently purchased meth or heroin in Central Texas, please take it to the local police or sheriff's department so it can be screened with a special device.
Oh no. No. No way.
I got a bucket full.
Do not use it until it has been properly checked for possible Ebola contamination. The message, of course, was a ruse. Regardless, concerned citizen Chastity Hobson reportedly did her duty by bringing in her sample of an illegal substance to be examined. Hobson was promptly arrested and held on a $5,000 bond. That is insane.
Dun, dun, dun.
She was smart enough to see the bulletin and read it, but not smart enough to realize that was a ruse.
And no, it was not me.
Sorry, officer. It was the whacking cartoon. Craziness.
Yeah. Crime. Serial R. Torture and murder. Foolishness. Asks cops if he could be traced through a floppy disk. They lied and said no, and he believed them.
Can you track me through a floppy disk by chance? Like, Just curious. Thank you, Timmy Ray, for still being here with us.
Yeah.
As the notorious BTK, Dennis Rader would bind, torture, and kill his victims, and then write taunting letters about it to the police and the news media. Larice, you say thank you for still being in here.
Yeah. Raiders reigns of violence lasted from 1974 to 1991 and claimed at least 10 lives before he disappeared for more than a decade. He resumed writing letters in 2004, though, and set himself up to get busted.
It's okay, Timmy Ray, but we appreciate you just watching with us and being here with us. I hope listening maybe takes your mind off things, maybe just for a little bit.
Yeah.
In January of 2005, Rader wrote to the cops, "Can I communicate with floppy disk and not be traced to a computer? Be honest." The police responded in the affirmative with a newspaper ad, as Radar instructed. He literally wrote in and asked, "Can I be traced with a floppy disk?" and then sent a floppy disk. Oh my God.
The BTK killer then sent authorities a floppy disk that he didn't realize contained encrypted metadata that directed them to his exact location. And Radar is currently serving 10 consecutive life sentences in Kansas.
He's too close to home. Tommy said he shouldn't have left a return address.
Return to sender?
Well, and nowadays, like anybody that commits crimes,
Yeah.
I cannot believe the risk they're taking because there is so much now. Even if your car doesn't have a GPS, there's a little black box in it, just like on an airplane or whatever, and that black box can track where you've been. Your phone or anybody's phone that happened to be in the car with you bounces off of cell phone towers and gives approximate. It's just there's so many things,
Oh, yeah.
not to mention DNA that you could leave behind just by leaving one hair. You know what I mean? Like I just don't understand. It's so
And
much.
cameras. There's cameras everywhere.
Yes. Crime. Accused of R. Foolishness. Picked a fight on Facebook with the sheriff's office that deemed him creep of the week.
He looks so young.
Yeah. On January 5th of 2012, the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office in Alabama issued an arrest warrant for Dustin McCombs, who was accused of R by force. The sheriff also posted McCombs' photo on Facebook under the banner Creep of the Week.
Shortly thereafter, McCombs posted a response on the sheriff's Facebook page accusing the department of defamation of character and noting, "Good thing I moved out of state."
Thank you so much for still being here with us. The sheriff, in turn, pointed out that R charges don't vanish when you cross state borders. McCombs responded with an extensive online tirade that ultimately tipped off the cops to his location. Officers arrested McComb on February 3rd. Again, like your anger gets the best of you.
Yep.
Hey, Char of Heart. Hello, hello. How are you doing?
Crime, robbery, violating plea agreement, foolishness, left drug treatment, fled the state, taunted authorities online by writing, "Catch me if you can," and then continually listed. I can't see the bottom.
exactly where he was.
Okay.
I wish I could get rid of that bar at the bottom, but it doesn't.
Yeah, it's all good.
In April of 2012, convicted robber James Tyndall violated the conditions of a plea deal he'd made by quitting rehab and leaving the state of Oregon. Not satisfied with simply being on the run, however, Tyndall took to social media to brag about it. What is,
They always got to brag.
why they gotta go to social media and like everything?
Tyndale posted nasty messages on the pages of his probation officer and the judge who sentenced him, bragging about being the one who got away. On April 20th, he even wrote, "Fresh out of another state, catch me if you can."
There was only one person that was good enough to be Catch Me If You Can. And that was Leonardo DiCaprio in the movie Catch Me If You Can. I'm just joking.
Yeah.
That was actually based off a true story where the guy
Yes.
like turned into a doctor and an airline pilot and all these things, and he did all of those jobs.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, and ultimately he ended up working with the FBI to like show them how he was able to do all of it.
Mm.
Every month I get a Google report on my phone that shows all of my travels. Usually it shows multiple states. Last month, my longest trip was from the living room to the kitchen. Mine was probably my walk around Walmart.
Yeah.
That didn't prove too difficult, as one of Tyndall's typical follow-up message declared, "I'm in Alabama." He also posted a sonogram photo of his unborn son that included the name of the Alabama County General Hospital where it was taken. Oh my gosh.
Like, hello.
To be Ray, I think you can message him after, right? Like,
Yeah, I'll send you a message after the stream.
they watching you, Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
I said, be on news. Did you know, not to change the subject here, but at Walmart,
Uh-huh.
a Walmart employee recently came out. So they were everybody with the self checkouts. A lot of like people were trying to steal and stuff with self checkouts now, and apparently Walmart has the same technology that like the Amazon store had. So when you walk in,
Oh.
they immediately are following you with cameras, every single person, and they are scanning the items that you put in your cart. And so when you get to self checkout, they already know how many items and what you have in your cart. So, and they also said they will not arrest people like at the beginning usually, because there's face recognition, and
Oh.
they keep a tally. So like until you hit like the big charges, I think it's called federal or something like felony. Until you hit felony levels of money stolen from the store, they don't make an arrest. But because they have facial recognition, they keep that tally, and once you get to that felony level, they'll arrest you.
Oh,
I
wow.
was like, that is some
Yeah.
amazing technology to be able to follow every person through the store, keep track of how much
Yeah.
money and the face of the people stealing it. I was shocked.
I was wondering if that's why they don't have, like the greeters. They're not there like at all our Walmarts. I'm not noticing them as much where they ask you for your receipt,
Yeah, they still
after you,
have them.
yeah.
They still have them at my store, but they don't ask for receipts anymore. And
Oh,
all of this was verified through Walmart employees. They finally came out, and because there was a video that showed the security cameras, somebody leaked the
yeah.
security, like the backside of the security cameras, and showed that was true. And I was like, that's crazy. Because if you think about how big Walmarts are and how many people are in there at
Yeah.
all times, but yeah.
Ooh,
Not my personal felony. I'm just talking about people that are stealing and they think they're getting away with it. They better not be doing it for long because you get up to the felony size amounts. Walmart's keeping track.
Yeah.
Tommy was last seen in public drinking a large shake. Frank Abnall was Catch Me If You Can. My dad got to meet him. Oh, that is so
Oh,
cool, Tommy.
yeah.
People that are as smart as him, I always wondered why they don't do like big, good things, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Wow.
sorry. I jumped off track. We'll get back on.
It's all good.
This one I'll give to you.
In early May, cops caught up with Tidell and flew him back to Oregon, where he was sentenced to 2.5 years in prison.
The only time I think they were asking for receipts is if you had stuff that was like bigger and not in bags, and then they were
I'm
instructed to
thinking so.
stop you.
Yeah.
Mr. Sam, the owner of Walmart, would still be alive. He'd probably be mad what's going on at his store. I got a good feeling that he's rolling over in his grave. Well, with technology comes changes. With progression of the world comes changes. Did we read this one?
Yeah, I just read it.
I thought you did. Sure. Crime, murder. Foolishness accidentally called 911 and recorded his murder plan. Oh no.
On May 5th, 2013, Scott Simon inadvertently dialed 911 and was recorded saying he was going to follow Nicholas Walker in his car and kill him. Just a few minutes after the call came in, somebody followed Nicholas Walker in his car and killed him.
Unreal. Unreal.
Yeah.
Hitch up and tow. Yeah, that's kind of like I think they were the Amazon stores that opened. I don't even know if they're still open, but it's
Wow.
the same thing. Yeah, you walk in, you pick up all the things you need, and you leave, and you're automatically charged because they're scanning the items via cameras that are watching you as you're going along. And no one really knows that Walmart has that exact same technology. That's
Wow.
kind of the crazy thing about it is Walmart has that technology, but they're using it for security measures versus how they charge everybody.
Mm.
At least that's the story going around, and that's the videos I've seen. Allegedly. Walmart, don't come after me.
Yeah.
They call LED authorities to Simon, who had been captured on video having an argument with Walker that night at a Waffle House. Afterward, police say Simon's two friends drove up alongside Walker's vehicle with Michael Dupree driving and Ronald Denore firing the shots that killed the victim. Simon Dupree and Denore have all since been convicted of murder.
What's sad is they heard him say he was going to do it, but couldn't do anything about it. You know?
Couldn't they have at least called the person that it was supposed to, like, couldn't they have at least called and said, hey, don't leave your house for a while,
Yeah.
like, go into hiding? They warn the person. If someone forgets to scan an item, they should go down a trap door. That would be fun to see on a live stream. Right? Like, just have like some kind of cushion or something at the bottom that catches them, and then like they would learn their lesson to stop doing it, and they would be shamed on live as well.
Yeah.
That's why Walmarts have cashiers now do own checkout. Yeah, that's the thing, you can do your own checkout. But a lot of people were like, okay, let's say they had like a $90 item in their hand, they would put a pack of gum underneath it. And when they scan it, they're scanning that pack of gum, so it's looking like they're scanning something to the cameras, but they're not really scanning the full price of an item, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so what these people were saying was, you can do that, but eventually when you get to the felony size amounts of money, Walmart will arrest you because they have facial recognition and they're keeping track of how many times you scan the wrong item and how much money you're stealing from their store. So they don't necessarily arrest you for that first item, but and then that people are thinking they're getting away with it and doing it more and more and then getting arrested.
So make the first item count. No.
I don't know. I'm too scared to do that kind of stuff.
Oh, I know. Me too.
I'm terrified. Just somebody being like, "Hey, you didn't scan your item," would like
Mhm.
I'd be done. I'd be so
Yeah.
embarrassed.
Take me away.
Take me away. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
Crime accused of battery, possession. Foolishness used own wanted poster as his Facebook profile pic.
He's like, "I look sexy here. Let me use this pic." What the hell? This is the best picture of me. I think I'll use that. Oh. As investigators. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay. As investigators searched in 2016 for Mac Yearwood in connection to an open battery case, the Florida man accidentally assisted them by using his mugshot from a previous incident as his Facebook profile photo, taken directly from the Stewart Police Department's Wanted of the Week poster.
Unreal. Unreal. Tommy says they also have the ability to error or the register to where they have to ask for help. Then the cashier ushers them to a regular checkout where they go ahead and scan everything. Yeah. Then they're like, so what's this $100 item in here? That's not gum.
Yeah.
And at that point, that's where they drop you down that box and you in the floor and you go to the dungeon. Authorities then easily tracked Yearwood to his brother's house and picked him up on 2 outstanding warrants. Afterwards, Stewart Police Department captain, maybe Brian Bosio, wrote online, "Facebook is a great way to communicate and connect with old friends and family. If you are wanted by the police, it's probably not a good idea to use the Wanted of the Week poster of yourself as your profile picture."
At least crop it out, take all the writing away and just use a picture.
Unreal.
Crime, breaking and entering, burglary, homicidal threats, foolishness, took a selfie on a stolen SIM card and sent the photo to the victim's coworkers.
He's a smart one. All buffness and no brain.
Over in Rotherham, England, Ashley Keast robbed a house in 2014 and afterward snapped a selfie using a SIM card he had stolen from the property.
Yes, she is very nice. I've actually gotten the pleasure to meet Miss Nettie a couple of times and
Nice.
I miss her when she's not near me. I long for
We're
my
working
Nettie
on a
time.
third one. We're working on a third one.
I miss my Nettie. She is very sweet and kind.
Thank y'all.
She is just as she is on screen, she is in person. Someone broke into my house and stole my limbo trophy. Just how low can criminals
As you fall into
I just fell right into your joke. That is funny. Hitch up and toe. I hope you're having a better week this week. I've been thinking about you all week. How you doing? I miss you when I don't get to see your jokes and being silly again. So hopefully everything's a little bit better. And then James said, "Now Facebook's not safe? What's wrong with these stories? Craigslist, now Facebook? Wait, Amazon's next."
What's up with that?
And then there's another live stream of a gator pond that shows Walmart shoppers dropping it. Oh, the felony ones, the ones that are got the felony amounts, they fall into the gators.
What about the piranhas?
Ooh, piranhas would be good too. It would be a slower death.
Look at you.
Keist then posted the photo on WhatsApp, but also unwittingly sent it to the victim's workplace colleagues. The coworkers contacted the cops, who busted Keist with pilfered. I can't say that word.
Yeah.
Property the next day.
I did a very bad thing.
What's
I
that?
forgot to plug in my Mac, and it's telling me low battery.
Oh no.
I better plug this sucker in. Let's see. I'm in the red. Okay, I'm plugged in. Crime, burglary, foolishness, got stuck in a chimney and called 911 to come rescue him.
You an idiot. You an idiot.
Look at his face. He got stuck.
He needs to have tears running down his face for how stupid he is.
And Timmy Ray, yes, I do remember you playing the groom guitar. You went all the way around the circle when we had a fire at Slow Mo. Yeah, that was fun. Just 1 week before Christmas in 2017, California residents Jesse Berube allegedly attempted an anti-Santa move by trying to sneak down the chimney of a local business to rob it.
It's a bright one. This one, not all the bulbs are shining. I don't even think one is lit. All right. Instead, Berube reportedly got stuck and had to dial 911 for help. Okay, I'll ask this in a minute. The Sacramento Fire Department showed up and cut Berube free, which the Citrus Heights police slapped him with 1 count of burglary and snapped a sooty-faced mugshot of the suspect. So what do you think?
How did he get how could he reach his phone? That part I'm trying to figure out. How did he make that call when he's stuck?
You can tell Google, you can just use your voice and have Google do it for you. But maybe that's how he did it. But I'm wondering how long he sat there in the chimney trying to come up with his story as to why he was in the chimney, because it wasn't like he was like, I'm assuming he didn't immediately call 911 and be like, I tried to rob a place and I'm in here. He probably sat there and was like, okay, I need to come up with a reason why I'm in here. And I want to know what his reason was. Like,
right?
What was the dumb reason that he came up with. What do you all think he told the police why he was in there? Let's come up with storylines here. You're a criminal. You get stuck in the chimney. What are you telling the cops? Why are you there?
I'm a dumbass.
I bet someone stole his reindeer as well. He probably did say he was Santa. I swear I'm not stealing anything. I'm Santa. Don't you believe? Oh. That was Kmart with the blue light specials. Now you can buy an entire Kmart on special.
Criminals are often very dangerous individuals. But what about stupid criminals? There are plenty of genius criminals posing IQs. Oh, yeah. No, did I say that right?
It's possessing.
Possessing IQs high enough to commit perfect crimes. Then there are those criminals whose stupidity leaves you wondering, how in the world have they survived this long?
I mean, dumb criminals are just as dangerous, if not more so, because they might end up hurting themselves or someone else. However, thanks to their stupidity, they get caught by the police and thrown in jail. You got to wonder how they survive in jail, though.
Yeah.
I love this picture. This picture is so cute.
I know.
Yeah, like, how do they survive in jail? Because You got to be kind of witty and you street smart and all of that to survive with the other
Mm-hmm.
criminals that are actually smart. So, like, I wonder how well they do in prison. So, nobody
Yeah.
told me their story about why they were in the chimney. What's your story, Nettie? You got one?
Just that why I was in there or after I called.
Like
I would
when you
say
called 911, why were you in that chimney?
I was a chimney sweep. I was trying to clean it.
I'm I must have got hired for the wrong I must have got the houses confused.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I was trying to get my kids frisbee. I thought it went in this one.
That is a good one.
I
Yeah.
thought it landed in this one, but you know what? I might be
Mhm.
wrong. It might be the one down the street. I was just trying to get it without bothering anybody. Uh, hey, RVBFE. Hello, hello.
Hello, neighbor. They're in Texas. A few
They're
hours
in
away from us. Yeah, they're towards Houston area. We're upper Texas. Yeah.
Gotcha. I was gonna ask, are you guys staying in Texas for the whole season, or are you guys gonna travel at
We're
some point?
we're hoping to start making our way out, but we still like Mal has an appointment coming up and then I have another one in August. So after that we're hoping to venture out, so we're trying to get the last of our doctor appointments done. And
Gotcha.
then we want to get out. We've been here too long.
I've been stuck here since it was built 15 years ago. I'm surviving off of droppings that the birds, when they fly over, accidentally drop in here. I've been here for 15 years.
Yeah.
I've heard of a lot of dumb criminals, but bakery robbers take the cake. Oh, they certainly do. Well,
Yeah.
this was a good one. It was nice to sit here and laugh at the stupidity of these criminals. There,
Some of it was just absolutely unbelievable, but I don't know.
which one do you think was the most like? What the hell? Which one was the dumbest one for you?
For me, I would say, well, I was going to say the Craigslist one, where she put a hit out trying to kill her husband's fling, but they were all pretty wild. It's hard to really pick one. What about you?
I'm tossed up between the one who called 911 and told them his very own crime, and
Yeah.
the one that used his picture as his Facebook profile. That's
Yeah.
Tommy
The
said the
floppy
floppy
disk.
disk. Yeah, you know what? That's probably tops there.
Mm-hmm.
James says the Craigslist and the Facebook.
Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all just kind of like all of them have their own reasons for being so stupid.
Yeah. They're
Um,
all a little bit out there.
you know what? The floppy disk one was really big though, because that was a serial killer who had been like going back and forth with the police for a long time.
Yeah.
So he was like actually pretty smart, but so dumb at the same time. So
To actually ask them, be honest with me. You think they were
yeah,
going to be? And they knew. I don't know if they knew his identity, but just the fact that he's like, oh, I'll send it to you. Just be honest. You won't be able to track me, right?
I never understand that and I've used those exact words before. I know I have. But if you have to say to someone, just be honest with me. Like, it's okay to be honest with me. You already know you're asking a question that's like that someone's not going to want to be honest about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you
Yeah.
have to say that, you already know the chances of believing the answer that comes from whoever you're saying it to is null and
Yeah.
void.
They're going to want to know, why are you asking me this?
Well, it's kind of
What is.
like when you go to your like significant other and you're like, "Do I look fat in this?" Just be honest. Your significant other is not going to look at you and go, "Yeah, you look
You look
fat."
fat.
They're going to do it.
And we know they're not going to do that.
But, that's why I say that, like, that question when you start
Yeah.
out any question with that, you should already know you're not going to really get a straight answer on that. So, but I loved this story. This was a good time. Thank you, Nettie.
Awesome.
And
You're
thank you
welcome.
everyone over there in the chat for joining us.
Yeah.
I've said this a million times and I'll say it again. Sunday nights are my favorite to get to joke around and giggle and laugh and just spend time with all of you guys. It legitimately is the bright spot in my week. So thank you all for
And we
coming.
hope it is for y'all too. You know, it's always nice being able to just, like you said, after having, you know, your week, you want to unwind, relax, and we hope we bring a little bit of fun, you know, for y'all, because we truly do enjoy doing this segment together.
Yeah. And I don't know if anybody's noticed, but I haven't been loading any videos to my channel or doing anything with my channel. And I've got a lot going on. Grandbaby on the way, new grandbaby on the way. And just we're going into the summer season, and that's kind of a crazier season for me. So as much as I can't load videos up and put content out, I can still do the Sunday lives. And for me, that's really all I want right now. I
Yeah.
love spending time with all of you guys.
I
So,
do too. I absolutely love it.
all right. Well, thank you all for being here. Don't forget to go check out Nettie's latest video. She put one out today, right? You put one out today?
A Saturday. It drops every Saturday. So it came out last Saturday or yesterday.
Yeah, I thought that maybe it was a short that came out today or a reel. I saw something you loaded.
Oh, I think maybe a reel. Yeah.
A reel?
I try to keep up with all that. Yeah. But
So go check Nettie out as well. I know all of you are so supportive, and you both
yeah.
and you do. So thank you, and you both look great on Sundays.
Aw, thank you,
So sweet,
Tommy.
Tommy. I miss chit chatting with you. I gotta send you a message, Tommy, and just catch up and see how things are going.
Yeah.
All right. Well, wishing you all much kindness and much love.
And we're sending love your way. Good night.
Bye, everyone.